right? So Anthropic just priced itself at $2 trillion on the IPO roadshow. And suddenly everyone's talking about Grok as a comeback player. Let's actually audit what that means. Here's the thing. The All In guys put out a video last week, 386,000 views, which is strong. And the framing was basically Anthropic's IPO ambitions, xAI's manifesto, Nvidia's $500 billion AI bet, and Grok's comeback, all in one tier. All implying retail should care about all four equally. But the cap table story is where this breaks, and it's where most people get liquidated. So Anthropic raised $5 billion last year at a $30 billion valuation. They're now seeking a $2 trillion IPO price. That's not a run-up. That's a 6x jump on capital that's 12 months old. Nvidia, actually revenue-generating Nvidia, actually selling chips, sits at $3.3 trillion as of today. Microsoft, which owns a massive chunk of OpenAI's upside, is at $3.4 trillion. Anthropic wants to price at $2 trillion on Claude. On the chatbot, xAI is different. Elon poured somewhere north of $50 billion into the effort last year. The exact number is murky because it's not a public filing. But the working estimate from the All In podcast and Brighter with Herbert is that Grok's model training, compute, and infrastructure ran $40 to $50 million a month through 2024. That's $500 to $600 million a year in pure burn. Not growth, not revenue, burn. Here's where retail gets confused. Anthropic's narrative is, we built a defensible model, we have enterprise customers, we're rational about pricing. The evidence, $5 billion in capital raised, a path to profitability sketched out. xAI's narrative is, we're Elon's AI play, we have access to 100,000 H100 chips, we're moving faster than everyone. The evidence for xAI's capital position is less clear. Is it 50 billion? Is it backed by Tesla Treasury, SpaceX cash flow, or pure Elon capital calls? The actual cap table, what's owned, what's promised, what's collateralized, nobody outside the inner circle knows. And that's the problem. The All In podcast framing, and I think they're being honest here, is that both are structurally important to watch. Anthropic might be overpriced at 2 trillion. xAI might be undervalued at whatever the real number is. But the asymmetry is this. Anthropic is transparent about the ask. xAI is opaque about the wallet. Retail investors don't know which one to short or long because the information gap is enormous. You can audit Anthropic's pitch. You can't audit Elon's personal capital flows. That's not cynicism. That's just the structure of how these bets are positioned. Now, here's what actually matters for your portfolio. Grok as a comeback player is real in the sense that it's getting smarter and it has compute. But it's not a comeback against Claude unless you believe xAI can out-execute Anthropic on model quality while burning $50 billion to do it. That's not a technical question anymore. That's a capital efficiency question. And capital efficiency is where most Elon bets historically falter. I'm not saying it won't work. I'm saying the thumbnail narrative, Grok rising Anthropic's IPO bubble, is incomplete because you're missing the actual wallet comparison. Anthropic is betting its own capital structure. xAI is betting Elon's capital structure. One is auditable, one is not. The retail anxiety the All In video is picking up on is real. But it's not really about AI competition. It's about valuation tiers disconnecting from burn rates. Anthropic at 2 trillion on 5 billion raised is a 400x ROIC claim. xAI at however many billions on 50 billion burned is a capital recovery story. Those are different risks. Here's the question that matters. Are you betting on the model quality or the capital structure? Because if it's model quality, both are legit. If it's capital efficiency, Anthropic wins that argument on the data. And if you're retail and you don't know which one you're actually betting on, that's when you get liquidated. If you want the full picture on how Elon's capital bets actually stack up across his empire, I went deep on that in the real xAI trade nobody's talking about, link in the description. And if the cap table analysis is useful, stick around. We break down these valuations every single day. Drop a comment. Are you buying the Anthropic IPO narrative, or are you waiting to see actual revenue multiples? I'm genuinely curious how people are thinking about this one. And speaking of capital structure mysteries, a snake in the Netherlands decided to move into someone's bedroom closet for the winter. Not a metaphor. An actual escaped reptile took refuge in a home's most intimate space. Woman finds snake in bedroom closet. The kind of uninvited guest that makes asset allocation feel less urgent. That's all I got for today. Subscribe if you want the daily breakdown. See you tomorrow.